All right, welcome back. Episode 76 of the Young Old Heads podcast. I'm your host, Tommy, aka TV Sports Cards, and I'm here with my good friend and co host, Max, aka Cards Max, aka Cards Max, RIP 2K23 edition. Max, how you doing?
I'm doing great. I've bought more cards for my collection in the past 2 weeks than I have in all of 2023. This is calling for a time of reflection, of self introspection, a time for winning, and I like to win.
What were they? What did you buy?
I bought this 2023 Luis Severino Platinum 1 of 1 flagship. This is going straight to the binder. I do think getting it slabbed up for the fun of it would be fun, but I feel like Yankees Platinum 1 of 1s and Yankees Superfractors are fun. The only problem is competing with a bunch of other Yankees fans. But this is a dank card. Costs some dollars, so not necessarily the highest on the dank to dollar ratio. But at least Severino 1 of 1, I'm a sucker for that. And I forgot what inspired me to do this. It likely was a late night text, not from a woman, but from Tommy this time, on college inspired NCAA cards and infused by victory with Muggsy Bogues on NBA 2K, with me wanting to do a Wake Forest inspired roster. I searched for Wake Forest Muggsy Bogues cards. Wake Forest has a rich basketball alumni history. I'm wearing a Wake Forest shirt today, which is the college I attended, in case you couldn't guess. And I have this 1985 to 86 Muggsy Bogues schedule card. To my understanding, it's like just like in modern days, they give you like a tiny little, contemporary times, whatever your word choice is, they give you, if you have a schedule for the game or something like that, they have a nice little photograph on the front and the schedule on the back. This cost me about $5. And for Mr. Bogues, all 5'4" of him, I believe he's 5'4", going for that layup. He's an
That's
iconic basketball player, an alum of my alma mater, and I needed the card for the collection.
hell yeah, that's sick. I was the one who sent you the Severino Platinum. Don't forget.
Oh, I didn't.
What did it end up costing you?
It cost about $130.
130 bucks.
100, something like that. It was triple digits.
Triple digits PC card for Max. Extremely rare, very big for the program at the end here of 2023.
How do I find my collecting needs? How do I collect?
Hey, you got the way to collect is just to cast a net and see what comes out of it.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, Max, we put a call out to the community this week for their eBay buys of the year. We figured we should download on what everyone else has been buying on eBay. I did some number crunching on my eBay buys of the year to do a little year-end report for the people. But I think we should start, Max, by running through the submissions. We got a good handful of submissions that I think are going to be fun to run through. You ready?
I'm ready.
Sweet. The first one comes from HB Miller 27, Hayden, a classic Young Old Heads listener, one of the best sellers out there. Great collector of cards as well. He bought a 2015 Topps Hunter Pence World Series Snow Camo out of 99. So this is a 2015 Topps flagship card. Hunter Pence from the World Series the year before. He got it for 75 cents plus 150 shipping. And then his note about it, he said, I sniped this on auction, then traded it to Tommy with another Klay Thompson card for a 2015 Topps Rally Squirrel SP. Not the biggest transaction ever, but we all won here. And I will say now, this card now lies with Old Man 28 and his Snow Camo parallel team set run that he's building from 2015. So card was sniped, traded to me, traded again to another person. Great card. Max, what's your review? Give me your I either want to give you want to do thumbs up or you want to do letter grades? Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Repeat the rating ratio as it cut out when you were explaining it.
Would you rather, well, I guess they're all going to be thumbs up.
Yeah.
I feel like you should rank them like 1 to 3.
1 to 3. Can we do decimals?
No.
No. I'm going to give this a 2. I don't think it's strong to say that it's an absolute home run, but we are a sucker for snow camel parallels on this podcast. We love team collecting. Hayden is an art of the deal, renaissance man, always finding the nick inside the knack and finding a way to make it work for himself and for other collectors to benefit. So great price, great flip, great card, 2.
Nice, nice. All right, our next one comes from at Backo Breaks. He said he bought a 2010 Topps Chrome Rapper Redemption Buster Posey RCR 95. He got it for 175 bucks, and he says it also came with a Buster Posey signed baseball. So he got the classic Redemption Topps Chrome Buster Posey base RCR 95 plus a signed Buster card for 175. That's pretty nice deal, Max. I'm gonna give that a 3 personally. What are you gonna give
Yeah,
this one?
I'm using my third hand to provide a third thumbs up here. Not that any of these plays are better or worse than anyone else's, but I think this play just has the intangibles. It has the RCR, which might be controversial, might not be encapsulated, but you're definitely getting the best condition for your buck there, assuming that it's undamaged. I don't know Posey's autograph market, but I think a signed ball definitely improves any displaying prowess of the two pieces. The Chrome Wrapper Redemption is the Buster Posey rookie card, and there are no ifs, ands, or buts. And this checks not only all the boxes, but even the boxes I didn't thought existed.
Yes, quite a great one. Obviously near and dear to my heart, but also love any lot snipes. I feel like lot snipes are a common theme of eBay buys that are undervalued. So great call. And also, you don't want to spend 175 bucks without at least some guarantee on conditions. So the RCR helps out there for sure. Next one is from a good friend of the podcast, Eddie at GYTO Cards on Twitter. He bought a Twista 2012 Platinum League hip hop card for 2305. He said, Tommy will appreciate any hip hop cards, not Max. He's no fun. Max, are you familiar with Twista, the rapper?
I am. I give one thumbs up, just because it's a rookie card play. It's generic. It's off the beaten path, but not you're not going after the crazy wacky twist of cards.
I'll give it a 2 out of 3 because, well, first because I don't really know the set, so I don't know really what the deal is with the set. Maybe it's cooler than I think it is. But I will give it creds. The card does look sick. And we'll drop this somewhere. But sick card, 23 bucks, not that expensive, less than a Topps Chrome Blaster. It's pretty good on the dink to dollar ratio, I'd say. Moving on, we got the next one. It's from at Big Bob's Cards. He bought 2023 Bowman Roman Anthony autos. He got a gold shimmer for 325 and 2 refractors for $91 each. His comment wasn't able to gem the gold shimmer, but it's currently a $700 card. Wow. Gemmed both refractors and sold them for 500 each. So he was in the refractors for 91 plus PSA grading, sold them for 500. Gold shimmer he bought for 325, now sitting at a 700-ish dollar card. That's pretty nice profit, Max. What do you got to say about that one?
Big Bob is a Bowman genius. This is always a pro Big Bob card, a pro Big Bob podcast. I'm giving it a 2, not out of the not being a great play, but just because I expect him to pull some random names that I've never heard of and then 5x on them. So only a 2x on Roman Anthony. Come on, the bar was higher. But no, that's a great play. Maybe you could have squeezed it to 3 if it was a true gold and not a gold shimmer. But I think that's a very he squeezed all the juice out of that upside Roman Anthony play. So that's pretty awesome.
Nice,
I
always nice to.
expect more names I haven't heard of.
I have no idea who Roman Anthony is, so I
Good,
guess
keep it
I'm
up.
giving that a 2 just out of ignorance.
You
All
don't
right,
want to go
moving.
down the rabbit hole.
It's yeah, I can't go down Bowman right now. All right, the next one is a good one. It's from good friend of the podcast, Matt's Cards 21, famous Pete Alonso collector. He bought a 2020 Pete Alonso Topps Clear out of 10 for 135. He said, bought this to finish off my Rookie Cup Rainbow in April. Turns out it was bought from DF Card Shark, so who knows if it is stolen now or was stolen. So great points here. First, love a rainbow build, love a Rookie Cup build. Just instant great eBay buy right there, finishing off the rainbow. I have no idea on the market, so 135 probably decently fair market value, maybe a little under. But then you get the dank factor of it buying it from the now infamous eBay account. This has to be a 3, Max. This has to.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's a strong 3. It has the rainbow completion. It has you're ponying up just to lock in the card that you need on your list. It has the spiciness. Sometimes you have to steal the candy bar from Walgreens if you want to have a little bit of the chocolate. And I think everyone wins here, except if it were stolen. But it adds a little bit of flair to your rainbow.
I love it. I love
Yeah,
everything about
it's
this
a
one.
strong 3.
It's a strong 3. Matt's rainbow is unreal to look at from especially 2020 tops, classic tops here. Some good ones. I am proud to say that I contributed the Independence Day to that one, Max. My small contribution to the rainbow build there. So moving on, we got one from Steel City DW. He bought a Mitch Keller Topps Chrome rookie auto superfractor for $900. He said card was posted for 1,500 OBO. I don't know much about the Mitch Keller market, but anytime you're buying a superfractor of true Topps Chrome superfractor auto rookie, it's usually a good play, unless you're buying Wander Franco. So Max, what are your thoughts here? I hear it might be the all-time highest Mitch Keller sale. Who knows?
Well, you can do your research on that, but I'm split between a 1 thumbs up and a 2 thumbs up. I'm leaning a 1 thumbs up just because of how personally invested I was in Mitch Keller being a breakout candidate in 2019 and then him unfortunately floundering for most of his career. I do respect the loyalty to capitalize on him as a player play, as a collect play. And a superfractor auto of anyone is a very large mountain to climb. And I don't climb mountains. That was a mountain climb.
Nice. Yeah, hard to tell for me. Don't know anything about it. This one is a fun one. Last one of the night here. We got one from at Frank_Cine1. He got a 2014 Topps opening day Bryce Harper image variation SSP for $3.25. He said seller didn't list it as a variation and got it for the minimum bid, sold immediately for 150 on eBay upon receiving it. Might have been able to hold out for more, but took the quick flip. This is a true home run, super dank, incredible dank to dollar ratio. You're hitting the opening day photo variations that me and Max love near and dear to our hearts. You're getting the lot play. You're getting the it wasn't listed as a variation. You're getting the instant quick flip on eBay, Max. I'm thoroughly impressed with this. This is off the charts on the dank to dollar ratio.
Yeah. I mean, you were mentioning home runs. I was reading a tweet and it was about commercial real estate and that sometimes the best deals in commercial real estate are right in front of your face and that trying to find the off market deals are sometimes more difficult because there's fewer of them, but also sometimes don't make as much sense as the on the market deals right there. So that's in commercial real estate. This is in baseball cards. He hit a home run getting the on the market deal that just because it ended at $1.50 doesn't mean that it's not $150. That's almost as many podcasts as we have. That is a great play. It's an opening day variation, and I love it.
Unreal card. Thank you to everyone who submitted your eBay buys of the year. It was quite fun to look through them and pick out some of our favorites. I think it's hard to beat the opening day flip there. It's unreal card. Max, you didn't give me enough of your eBay buys of the year, right? No analysis was done necessarily on your end, but I am interested to hear maybe what has been going on in your life recently. We didn't really check in. We went straight into it. That's not a usual young old heads move. What's been going on?
What's been going on? I didn't know you were going to be hitting me with that. Some of my greatest e-buys of the year may include the Brady House 2023 Bowman Chrome Superfractor 1 of 1 that I spent $2,000 on just to not be able to claim it for the Fanatics buyback bounty and to hold it in my hands. So that was a $2,000 Superfractor that did not go to plan. So I actually. One of my favorite cards that I've talked about on the podcast that I've owned in reflection is probably my Julio Rodriguez BGS 95 Cherry Blossom. I've mentioned it a few times recently on the show, but I'm a sucker for the Topps Japan Cherry Blossom. I think there are a lot of people that are also suckers for them, and getting that marquee parallel on a big name rookie card in gem mint condition is fun and cool. It would be a travesty, and it would not be right to not mention my 3 Josh Giddey downtowns that I have purchased on eBay this year as some of my favorite eBay purchases of 2023. I'm going to try giving you some more ammo, Tommy.
I got some of my own. I can hop in here.
Yeah,
So I did an
tag team.
exercise. I'm gonna go in with some of my eBay buys, but at the end of this episode, I will be going over a long spreadsheet that I created where I went through every single one of my eBay buys of the year. I listed out the price, the player on the card, the set that it came from, the card type, meaning parallel or insert type, and then PC. The PCs that came out on top were Northwestern, Giants, Warriors, Gold Cups, non-sport, golf, kind of in that order. But a lot of interesting data I learned about myself as a collector from that. But in general, by the opposite of in general, I mean by specific cards that I think were cool that I bought. I bought a Nick Castellanos Topps Gold Cup Black Parallel out of 64. I got this for under $5 shipped. One sold on eBay during the playoff run I saw for almost $60. That's just a massive cool card to win. Um, I got my Helen Keller 2009 Topps American Heritage Refractor for $40 shipped. That's iconic Helen Keller Topps Chrome Refractor. I got my 2011 Triple Threads Relic of Lincecum, Posey, and Kane out of 27 for $30 shipped. That was a good one. I think I've seen some of those sell for upwards of $100. I got an Eloy Jimenez 2020 Topps Chrome Gold Refractor for $5 shipped. That's a Gold Cup, Gold Refractor, True Topps Chrome, Eloy Jimenez for $5 shipped. That was an amazing one. Common theme with my eBay buys, the best ones are usually under $10. But my average eBay buy of the year was 1722 or 24.
That's a lot of cards that you bought.
I just dated.
Yeah, you did. I bought a BGS, or sorry, rather a PSA 9 Shohei Ohtani negative refractor in July for $638 on eBay, and I sent it to Beckett, and it got a BGS 10 pristine. So that's a very fun card. That probably was one of my better buys from the year.
What are comps on that these days?
I'll double check. Last, I think a PSA 9 just did 800, so that makes me think that a PSA 10 is worth about 2250. Oh, wait. Sorry. For a second, I thought I just saw a sale. I didn't. A PSA 9 just did $775. So by my math, a PSA 10 would be worth about 2000, and BGS 10 maybe 2500 to 3000.
Wow, that's pretty awesome. That's a pretty nice flip there.
Probably around 3000 once that sells. Another item that I had to dig back into my eBay history to find was I bought a Mike Trout red refractor out of 5 Beam Team from Stadium Club for about $200, and I enjoyed that card a lot. I eventually gemmed it and sold it for like $600. But in terms of like coolest cards that I've owned this year, I think any Trout red out of 5 takes the cake rather easily. And that was my red out of 5 out of choice.
Nice. I mean, the beam teams, the old heads love the beam teams. They'll nut over them. I feel like Max, I feel like it was a good year on eBay. Do you feel like you had a good year, or was it compared to previous years? Was this I got to check eBay? I know you're on eBay every night. We already know that, but
I've
were you
not bought a card
satisfied?
in 2 weeks, and I'm so upset about it.
2 weeks? No fucking way.
I think it's been 2 weeks.
Jeez, that's wild.
I'm
Well,
saying it's rough out here.
it's rough. It's rough. I think we should go into well, All right, Max, I'm going to go through my recent eBay buys of the last week since our last episode. You give me your recent sales after I go
Sure.
through mine. How about that?
Yeah.
I got a 2023 Topps Chrome Update Sapphire Joe Ross red out of 5. Joe Ross, I think I talked about him last
We love
episode.
Joe Ross.
We love Joe Ross. Actually saw him over Christmas break. Was nice. Great guy. Got it for $5 shipped. Red Sapphire out of 5. Hard to go wrong there. I added another one to my Boo Booey Rainbow with a wave out of 100 for $6 shipped. That was nice. 2022 Panini Elite Extra Edition College Ticket Optic Gold out of 10. Sean Goosenberg, Northwestern baseball player, $6 out of 10. Elite Extra Edition, non-auto, obscure. Got a 2012 limited Lights Out Materials Klay Thompson out of 49 Memorial Memorabilia rookie card for $30 shipped. Out of 49 rookie game used relic. Gotta love that. Just to go through real quick to go over some of my total eBay buys. So 10% of my eBay buys were Northwestern cards. The average spend on that Northwestern card was $879. So not that was far below the total average. And then yeah, those are the numbers I'm going to give the people. Just those ones. I have some other numbers, but I'm not going to do totals or other than that. Giants were 21% of my total buys. The average Giants card was $12.25. So a little bit more than Northwestern, still below the average. And what's bringing up the average is my Warriors buys, which were 28% of my total buys and were $24.66 average spend. That's what's bringing up the most of the average. My Gold Cups were 29%, so actually more than Warriors. I bought more Gold Cup cards than any other PC on eBay this year. And the average Gold Cup, literally every single one of these Gold Cups is a parallel, and I got them on average for $11.02 total, which is I was hyped to see. Non-sport cards made up 5% of my total buys. My average non-sport card on eBay was $32.59, so relatively expensive. That's mostly because they were my Topps American Heritage cards. I bought 3% of my golf. Jesus Christ, 3% of my total buys were golf cards. My average golf card buy on eBay was $38.81, so even more expensive. That was the highest average spend on anything was my golf. Those were kind of the big numbers out of my analysis. It was quite the exercise to go through every single card I bought. You can't easily export that data from eBay. But it was fun to do. Get to check in on kind of what I was buying and also seeing the net. It kind of felt like an Apple or a Spotify Wrapped experience, but it was kind of what I expected. Most quantity was Gold Cups, followed by Warriors buys, followed by Giants, followed by Northwestern, followed by non-sport, followed by golf, which I think is generally kind of how my PC goes. I did get really deep into the Gold Cups this year. That was definitely a heavily focused area for me, so I'm not surprised to see that at the top. But just a fun exercise. Max, I know you didn't do that, but was fun for me to see kind of check in on myself, because I feel like I have gotten really focused as a collector this year, which was a big goal of mine going into the year. I feel like I accomplished that. Feeling good about it in general. So what's up with your eBay sales of recent, Max?
Yeah, focus is absolutely everything, and that's how you win and you stay concentrated. As for recent eBay sales, I sold a PSA 9 2019 Topps Heritage Mike Trout Black Refractor at a 70 for $300. I want to say I bought it raw for $175 at the National, give or take. And that's just it. Was a long set, but it's a gorgeous card. And I think I still have a few more of those Mike Trout Black Refractors left. I sold that was a big one. This was a massive win, actually. It was a PSA 10 2019 Topps Heritage Shohei Ohtani Real One Red Ink Auto at a 70. I wish there was a more concise way to say that. I bought it for $2,400 in November, and I sold it on eBay last night for $4,499.99. I want to say my net from that is about 4,100, or I think 4,000. I didn't double check. I was receiving a lot of responses saying, "Oh, what is the eBay net fees from that? How much does eBay take No, it's eBay doesn't take the 13% from that sale. If you have an eBay store, any item that sells for above $2,500 is then prorated at about 2.9%, so that the first $2,500 is at 13% and the rest of the money is at 3% each. I also ran, again, controversial, 2% promoted ads. I will happily give eBay 2% of that listing. My buyer was a 3 feedback buyer, and you can do whatever characterization you want from that. But I don't know if that buyer might be seeing that without eBay pushing it and promoting it. Lastly, is that that item did not have best offers enabled. I do not believe in best offers. I like to hardball. I throw a mean change up, and maybe I would have accepted lower than that. Maybe not. But on eBay, that price is firm, and that buy it now was slammed. No negotiation needed, just a lovely push notification from eBay for $4,499.99 that my buyer had paid, and then it is off to the post office.
That is a classic Cards Max cook. Red inks are notorious for you for being big for flipping. We'll see if you can move the big Shohei red ink in 2024, Max. You got anything else you want to, any other sales or anything?
Yeah, except these ones I lose on. I have a purple choice Jalen Williams at a 20 that I bought for $500, I think, in preseason, or $400, something like that. I don't think it was seven. I think it was like $500, $400. Sold my first one of the two today for $300. Just have to eat the losses and move on, and that's the name of the game. I also had a sick Jalen Williams gold hollow laser auto PSA 9 out of 10. Moved it for $500. I paid about $500 on it. It graded a 9. A W in that the previous comp was about $300, and that I sold for $200 above that. An L in that I probably lost about $50 and change on the entire transaction, maybe $100 in total. But if you don't get the win, don't get stubborn and move on. Yeah, at least for the most interesting ones. I mean, I can talk about my Zach Greinke purple refractor out of 299 for $3.49, or my Trey Mann Prism Sensational Signatures auto for $10 flat. But I know the people want to hear that. I know the people don't want to hear that. So I'll give you a little bit of love both ways.
Thank you for at least teasing out the lower end buys. I appreciate
Yeah.
that. Max, you got any resolutions going into 2024?
I do I have resolutions? Life related wise, probably. I should probably at least think those through before that I announce them. Card related wise, I was inspired by Top Sky 85. He asked me how many shows, or he responded me saying, "Oh, how many shows do you think you went to in 2023?" And I was like, "I don't know, a lot." So my well, not, again, soft resolution, not a big resolution, is to actually document and keep a more formal log of every show I go to. Obviously, for tax and record keeping purposes, that can all be retrieved if needed. But I think I should have more fun in keeping the counter and putting the Cards Max map on the stage of where I'm traveling to. First up is January 6th. I'm going to Vegas for one night. I won't gamble that much, and I won't be sleeping with strippers. That'd be terrible. Totally not. That's not on the docket. But Vegas is there's a card show, 300 tables. I will be conquering it. And then I have Dallas Card Show and Culture Collision for the rest of January. That's my plans for now, card wise. Monetarily, I just love that I've been able to grow from a buying and selling standpoint, and that I don't like to keep goals in that regard because the stuff just kind of happens. And I just try to keep, as cliche as it sounds, keep doing me, let the free flow flowing. And that has transcended my plays from leveling up each and every year. If I thought this year that I would be where I was, or last year that I thought I'd be where I was this year, I would be surprised if I were to look at myself in the mirror. And from a collecting standpoint, find my niche, which is still tough in my post Glaber Tours collecting era, but still something that's difficult. But at least I have two cards to contribute to that this time.
That was beautifully said, Max. I'm excited to hear how your trip to Vegas goes. I'm excited to hear about how Culture Collision goes. I'm excited for 2024 in general. More young old heads to come, bigger and better, and just not younger though. Not younger. We're getting older, unfortunately.
Today
Uh,
is the youngest you'll be for the rest of your life. What are your resolutions, Tommy?
I only have one resolution for you now, but I did after doing this exercise, I also put together a new binder here. Well, first of all, I'm really excited to say that for the first time since 2020, the end of 2020, the first time since the end of 2020, I have all of my bigger PC cards in one place, which I
Okay.
am very excited about. I have brought everything back from my parents' house. Not everything. I keep all my base PC cards at my parents in larger binders, like stuff that is below a dollar each, really
Mm.
cheaper stuff. But that was a big one. But I want to buy more golf cards. That's going to be a big focus of mine in 2024. I decided, at least early on, gonna go for a lot more numbered, early 2000s golf cards if I can find them. So that's my one main resolution. But Max, it's been a great year recording with you. I have a
Oh,
lot of great
stop.
things to say, but I feel like I have been considering putting together a compilation episode where we take some of our best stories and put them into one episode. A lot of those came in 2023. I want to give a heartfelt thank you to everyone who listens to us every week, or when we're not as consistent every other week, uh, as Max will rag on me. But we have a lot of fun doing this. It's always a highlight of my week. Max, you got anything you want to say to our lovely listeners before we sign off here this year?
To infinity and beyond.
To infinity and beyond until 2024 and more parallels, more random sets, more drama. Are you ready for it, Max?
Oh, I am.
Oh, I am. I'll see you guys in 2024. Peace out.